This is James Lupton, delighted to be joined with Jack Mcgann. Jack, how are you, mate?
I'm good, thanks, mate.
Good stuff, good stuff. Next week, the comeback fight. You're looking to come back from your first pro defeat 3 months ago on the undercard of Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngannou. You suffered a first round stoppage to Louis Green. Firstly, just to look back on that, what do you take from that now, looking back months later?
As much as try and sit there and overanalyze it and come up with reasons why and what happened, and I do think a big part of it is you can just get caught sometimes, and sometimes that just happens. And it was some shot he hit me with. Obviously, Louis a puncher anyway, but I think there's loads of things that went into it. But it's one of them. It's done now, and I just I'm lucky I've got loads of good people around me, and it got me to because it was pretty hard time for myself. But what else can I do from apart from dust off and go again? I'm a fighter. At the end of the day, we get up and we go again, and that's all. That's my only option. So that's what I that's what I set my mind to pretty quick.
Well, you mentioned there, obviously, he's a puncher and he just caught you with a good shot. And it just so happened to be in the first round. Is there anything you need to do to change in the gym or any adjustments you need to make, or you can't really take much from that performance?
No, there's definitely things I can take from it. And if you watch the fight, so Martin's been sending it to me every morning. I've been sparring just to remind me of what happens when I'm not switched on and not ready to fly. And that was one of the main things as well. I think I had it in my head for that fight. Oh, we'll probably it's going to be a long fight down the stretch, and it'll probably catch fire in a couple of rounds. And Louis was ready to fly from the word go, and and um and that was it. So I think being switched on from the very start has been a big thing for me. That's something I've been working on. But it's like it weren't like just no lucky shot. It was probably the best shot he's ever thrown in his life, but it was by no means a lucky one. It weren't a fluke because I broke away every time we exchanged again and come back together. He even said it himself in an interview after the fight. He was like, "I always told this it's like a weak jab that doesn't really do anything out." And I threw it once in the fight, never done anything to it twice. He just missed with the overhand, and then on the third time he got me. So it's just he just seen something to capitalise on, and fair play to him for spotting that. But it's given me so much to work on. Yeah, in the gym, and already we're seeing. I know the gym's the gym, but we're seeing improvements, and I've got a different mindset, I think, because of the way the fight went.
Without giving too much away, what have you learned from that defeat?
Stuff that um we've had to work on in the gym for a while, and I sort of got away with it to that point. It's like that shot as well. To be fair, that overhand right, that's hit me in every one of my fights. Just not that hard, and I've got away with it, and obviously this time I never. So it's just loads of little things. It needs to only little tweaks here and there, um, but yeah, that was it. And maybe if that shot never got me, I wouldn't have made these changes I'm making, and the way life works, I know that it ends up being. I look back on this and go, it was a blessing in disguise. It's fucking disguised very well, but um, that's all I can do is take the positives from it. Do you know what I mean?
No, definitely, definitely. Mention obviously you want to stay active, you want to get back in the ring as quick as you can. Obviously, only what 3 months later, you're straight back in there, you're fighting next weekend. Are you pleased to be getting back out again so soon?
Yeah, I'm made up. I was obviously I needed a bit of time. That's not my first loss. I've lost in MMA as well, but that one really hurt. Um, really hurt because of the position that I lost as well. But where he ended up, but it is what it is. So I had a bit of time off, and then but as soon as I was back in the gym, it was like, come on, let's just get a fight out, and let's get moving. Because last year I was when it comes to fight Louis, I'd only done one round in 12 months, which isn't good enough. I want to be active, so that was the plan straight away. Let's get back out there and let's get fighting.
You mentioned the position you was in. Obviously, you was mandatory for the British title. You was in a very good position domestically, and I mentioned about the titles. Was that the worst part of losing that fight?
We weren't the best. No, there was loads of there was loads. It was just a car crash for me. The whole thing was it was a it's a tough, still is a tough pill to swallow. I don't think I'll ever be over it completely, but yeah, that was a big part of it. It was like really though. I've had a weird year because I wouldn't have been in the position for the British if we weren't getting messed around for the English so much, and um with the way we were getting messed about, which is why I was in that position, and then um the champion vacated, then Louis stepped in. It was all just there was a lot of moving parts, but yeah, it was a tough time for me.
Why was this loss in boxing worse than your MMA losses?
Mm, don't know. Maybe it's just because maybe weight. I haven't tasted defeat in about seven, seven, 7 years or something. So maybe it was just that. Maybe it is. Maybe I just forgot. Do you know what I mean?
It's just still raw.
Yeah, just still raw still. And I think I reckon I'll feel a lot better when I've just because that's another thing. I done all that training and it was over in 80 seconds. I didn't have a fight. So I think I just still need to get that out of me a little bit.
Talked about Martin. Martin Murray's your coach, and he's obviously been there. He's been at the top of the game, and he's suffered these losses as well, and he's come back from defeats. How has he helped you come back from this?
Martin's just um the advice Martin's got on anything. Um, he's such a wise man, especially when it comes to fighting. So he's helped me tremendously. But one of his big things, he's just been like, we need you to just get back on the horse and just get fighting, and then it'll all just come well. And one of the main things he says all the time is just trust the process, and that's all I've got to do. The main thing is just I had my little feel sorry for myself time, but I went sitting around and just being depressed, and I was just like, right, it's happened now, and it's done. We're moving forward. We're not packing in. We're not giving up. We're just gonna get up and keep going, and with that attitude, it's sort of just take it as it comes. You know what I mean? But I do think one of the main things is not just Martin, but the people I've got around me. I've got such good people around me who've helped me so much. Me mates, me bed, me family, everyone. So I'm truly blessed in that department.
And that
The,
makes
the only, the only, the only bad thing is I just ate loads of food and just ate me feelings basically. But um, sure, it's the worst things I could be doing.
absolutely,
Probably cheaper things like, but it's probably worst things I could be doing.
definitely. That's why it makes the whole process a lot easier, doesn't it? When you've got that support system around you, like you say.
Yeah, yeah,
Talked about what's the plan. Obviously, fight night coming up 21st on, and then after that, what is activity? Obviously, are you looking at getting back into title contention by end of the year, early next year? That English title, maybe.
yeah, yeah, something like that. I want to fight, get maybe two back to back really close together. So this one next week, and then get straight back out, and then maybe look for something for a step up there and get going. One thing me boxing coach, me strength and conditioning coach says to me all the time, Tony Quigley, who's very versed in the boxing world. He says, which I forget sometimes. I've only had 10 fights, so I am still a bit of a novice in that sense. I'm all that fighting, but in boxing, there's still a lot of lessons I've got to learn, and yet we'll just take it all as it comes. But we'll see what happens. Everything moves around in boxing a lot, so the plan is just um get over next week and then go from there. Because that's one thing with the last two fights. The next fight was always booked. It was always like, oh, you're going for this next, or it's the British next, or it's this, and it's not I don't like being like that. I think that it just automatically, even if you don't, no matter how much you like, we're not talking about that. We're not thinking about that. Not to say that I was looking past Louis, but everyone's talking about the next fight already, and it just doesn't help. So I'm not gonna be making that mistake again. I'm just um so the 22nd of June doesn't exist yet. I'm just focused on the 21st, and we just go from there.
I was going to ask that earlier actually about overlooking Louis Green or looking past him in terms of fight date. You mentioned obviously where you had the British title lined up. Looked like it's going to be Sam Gilly, and already the next step was there. Do you feel that may have had a negative impact on you before the Louis Green fight, or was it something that didn't really affect you too much?
If you ask me now, I'd say that it probably still didn't affect me, but I don't really know, do I? Because I've never seen it any other way. So I don't know, but I can't imagine it helped me. That's all. So yeah, I think that was just one of them. Just sick of talking about it. To be honest, I know I haven't come out and done an interview yet, but it's like, what can I say? Go back to the original point. It's done, but I'm just going forward, and that's it.
Do you think that mentality and that mindset, especially from your background as well, obviously growing up around the MMA world, do you think that's helped you get over this and move on and just jump back on the horse, like you say?
Yeah, plus it's like I'm not gonna. There's plenty of people who have a loss, and then well, Louis was coming off a loss. He just lost his belt, and now look at the position he's in. So it only means as much as you. It only has the weight that you give it. Is what I'm saying. So um, it is what it is. I'm not gonna let one punch define me. You know what I mean? So that's it. That's just me attitude anyway. And then even if the people around me wouldn't let me dwell on it and let it consume me anyway. So um, as I said, it comes back to that. I've got good people around me, and they're helping a lot as well. But um, I think I've got a good mindset for it. So
No,
that's it.
definitely. Well, Jack, we'll leave it there. Thank you for your time as always. Thanks for speaking to us. I mentioned the first time about the loss. But best of luck for next week, and look back to seeing you back on winning ways.
Oh, thanks so much, mate.